Good morning, everybody. Wee Paddy back again. Couple of things this morning that I want to talk about. One, the last video I done, which was on buying knives, whether clones, whether they were cheap, whether they're expensive. And I would just like to say one huge big thank you to all my subs who took part in it. We had a wonderful discussion that was not all Stephen's way. Lots of people didn't agree with me, and that's quite normal. But it was, I got an awful lot of comments, and they were nearly, like a page long. But there wasn't one swear word, there wasn't one nasty comment. There was different degrees of opinion. But I'd just like to say that for me, once again, you have proved that my subs are the best in the world. And even if you weren't my sub and you joined in the conversation, thank you so much for making it. I suppose the only thing I can say, and I don't want this is going to sound awful, um, it was like having an adult conversation without the need to use bad language, without the need to insult people. I see an awful lot of it on YouTube, on Facebook. You see all this insulting, but it's not always like that. And I think you have proved that we can have a conversation which is very, very emotional for some people. But we can have that conversation without insulting each other and remain friends. So I am very, very grateful. I'm very, very thankful. Thank you very much. Now, to get on to today's video, by the way, I still love my new wedding ring. It's called The Old Fool by the boy that does it. His channel, it's Shirley Furby from America. I still love my ring. I absolutely love it. And there's more to follow up with this story, which is why I haven't done a proper follow up. There's something else to happen to it, which is just mind blowing. But right, get back on course again. Now, I, like most people, when we do flashlight videos, they get very poor responses most of the time. I don't get a huge lot of response, and I'm looking around other people's channels, and they don't seem to be either. Now, the birds are a bit different. They're good. I like their channel, and they get a fair response. But I don't, and I know an awful lot of other people don't get huge responses. So I'm trying to come at it from a different angle. I love flashlights. And as you'll see in the title, EDC, where do flashlights come? For me, I have my knife, the first thing I pick up, and the second thing is a torch, is a flashlight. If I've got them two things, I can cope with almost anything that's going to go on during my day. That sounds a wee bit overdramatic, but it's not. It is. They're the two most important things in my EDC, is a flashlight and a knife. You've got protection, you've got looking after yourself, you've got feeding, you've got everything. The knife can do all those things, but when it's pitch black, there's only one thing that'll work, and that is a flashlight. So if you get used to carrying one, you're always prepared. Full stop. Now, in the house, why do I need all these flashlights? I put some of these flashlights out here and how they're run. I mean, these top ones are all rechargeable. They come with rechargeable batteries. You can plug them in, some of them, and charge them. You can swap the batteries out and charge them. I've also got lights that have got AA batteries, AAA batteries. And the reason I have that wide choice, I mean, there's the choice. Take that just for 5 choices of light and how to replenish it. The other most important thing is that sometimes when you hit tragedy, or not a tragic, if something happens where your electric goes, you can't charge lights if you don't have electric. So it is always important to me to have AA, and I have a couple of AAA batteries, and I always have them in the house so that I know that no matter what happens, I am going to have light, because I think it's just so important. Do you know what I mean? We tend to just take electricity for granted, but if something was to happen and it knocks your electricity out for a couple of days, there's so many people. I'll tell you what, them batteries in the shops will not last long. The candles will not be there for long. They'll be gone because people will just have a mad rush to get it. So being prepared, having an EDC, which to me is preparedness, That's why I have so many different variety of lights. It's not that I'm greedy and I want specifically to collect lights. I'm not a light collector. I've been very fortunate that I have been supplied most of these by OLIGHT. They're not my only lights. I have other ones of my own. Trust me, they're all over the house. They're in bags, they're in pockets, they're everywhere. Bedside tables, everywhere. I have lights everywhere. But the OLIGHT ones I have found are the best for me. They're the best for me because they offer me variety. They offer me different size. I have large. You've seen my large one. It's like a flashlight. I mean, it is literally like a beacon in the night. But these are your everyday sort of carry ones, from the bigger one to the smaller ones. This is a headlamp. I haven't done a review of this yet. This is amazing. But today I'm doing one that runs on AA batteries. And I just wanted to put this little prefix in at the beginning, that the reason I like lights is its preparedness. And I hear so many people on the channels talking about being prepared, your EDC and all that. EDC is preparedness. That's what it is. So if you haven't got the light, you're not prepared for the dark. And we only have two situations in the world. You have light and dark. Much like the Bible. There's light and there's dark. But that's what we have in everyday life. And if you're not prepared for that dark, bad things can happen. So, this is why I'm doing it. This is an absolutely great feature. Now, I'm going to bring this out now. Oh, comes well packaged. Now, there we go. And there's a little pamphlet that tells you everything that you need to know. It's a user manual. Lets you know everything that you need to know. But I'll just put that out of the way for now because we don't need it. There is the light. It comes in different colours. It comes in yellow and green and red, I think. I'm not sure all the different colours, but there's quite a few to choose from. And what I will do is down and below in the description, I'll leave a coupon which is worth 15% off. Brilliant. And I'll also leave the OLIGHT UK website that you can go on and just flick through. It's a marvellous website. And also there's a contact number for the most lovely man in Belfast who will look after you without problem. He's the manager of OLIGHT in Belfast. So, what sort of size is it? Well, I have rulers there, but I just thought we'll go to the old dollar. There's a dollar, and that's the size of it to a dollar. So it's shorter than a dollar. It's not a big light. It's quite a thin light, as you can see by my fingers. It's just over a finger thickness. And there it is on a £5 note. It is just bigger than our £5 note. Just, not very much bigger. But, so it's a handy size. It's under 2 ounces without the batteries. So, it's light enough, but it's the grip on it is so unusual. This is rubberized. You have anodized aluminium up here and this rubberized grip, which is brilliant if it's wet, if you're out in the wet. Really good deep pocket clip. Love that pocket clip. Really do like it. Sticks in the pocket and there's like a double tension there, so if you sit down, because it's a longer one, it doesn't push it out. Really love it. Runs on 2 AA batteries. Now, what does it do for you for the AA batteries? Let me just tell you, there's 5 modes and a, oh gosh, it's gone out of my blimmin' head now. It's 5 modes. Oh dear heavens above, where am I? Yes, there's 5 modes and it starts at 5 lumens. And that'll run for 50 days. Then it's 20 lumens, which runs for 80 hours. And this is off AA batteries. This is good. And obviously, the better the batteries you use, the better, I always believe, the better lumens you're going to get. So it goes 0.5, and then it goes 20, 120, 260, and up to 550, depending on the type of battery that you use. The strobe I couldn't think of that word, strobe. So it's brilliant. The lens is a 90% light transmission rate, which gives you a real good balanced beam. That's all that means. It's an XML2 LED and stainless steel. Sorry, what did I say? I said aluminium. Stainless steel frame. So Absolutely lovely. Now, it works from the side button. That puts it on for you, and then you just hold it down and she'll go through all the modes. And it's not that fast, you can stop anytime and it'll go through the modes. Very, very simple to use. And the nice thing about OLIGHT that I have found so far, they're clips. If you have your button here, you clip on the back, it's exactly where your clip is, that the button is on top. So once you put your finger around the clip, you know your button's there. You're not having to look or scramble for it. And to be honest, the light is just, I don't know what. There is a real good difference between the lights and the sequences. So simplicity, AA battery, so you're not then dependent on electricity to recharge this. And I always have a lot of the batteries in the house because there's so many things in the house nowadays that rely on batteries. To not have is again just part of being prepared. Is having that few batteries. Don't wait until you need them. Have them there. It really does. I get surprised the amount of people that I know in my family, even my children. I'll say, I'm always saying to them, have you got a torch? Have you got candles? Have you got this? No, I'll get them when I need them. I suppose maybe I come from an era where we had more electricity power strikes, but I know there's certain places around out in the country and all. And it's amazing that people don't just be prepared. But even if you've never had one, when you have one, to know that you're prepared for it, even if you never have to use it, to me, is a real nice feeling inside. That's a really dramatic, but it is true. So I don't understand really why flashlights don't get the big reviews. I've decided to stick with OLIGHT. They're going to be my choice of flashlight simply because they have an amazing choice. They are off. They can be pricey, but they do cheaper versions. Do you know what I mean? They do an expensive light, and they do a budget light, and they do a mid-price light, and that is the joy of OLIGHT. You can get from $15, $15, 15 quid upwards, depending on what you want. And all their lights are worth having. There's not one of them that I'll say, I wouldn't no need for that one. Nonsense. The OLIGHT are a company that I trust now simply because I've had the opportunity. And I am fortunate. I have had the opportunity to get these in my hand, to use them, and to then let other people know what they're like. There's plenty of budget flashlights out there. That's what I used before, and they're fine. But OLIGHT, and this is the big part of OLIGHT for me, they give you a 5-year manufacturer's warranty. How good is that? They give you 15% off. How good is that? They back up what they're saying their torches are. They back it up by giving you a discount. They back it up by giving you 5 years manufacturer's warranty. How many companies do a 5-year warranty now? Not that many. I would definitely say there's not that many. This is a reasonably priced. This is not one of the expensive. This is very much reasonably priced. And the reason I'm not giving you a price, because they go up and down prices. And to remember that many in my head, there's no chance. But just go on the website. And it's a good excuse to go onto the website to see what they have to offer. And I'm not going to do any dark footage this time. I wanted to sort of talk about the EDC. That'll take up the time and make this video long enough. So, I'm going to go on now. Highly recommend. This is the OLIGHT S2A Baton. And an amazing, reasonably priced, and it is reasonably priced, with such a great grip for the rain or anything. Absolutely love it. Great pocket clip. So, go and buy it. Away on there and get it. It's a good wee light, but have a look at the choice and variety that OLIGHT have, and you'll know that all your flashlights from the same company. And I have had no problems from any of my flashlights. I have not had one problem. My cheaper ones I have had in the past, but not with OLIGHT. So I'm not saying you're not going to get a problem. All things break down, but I have not had any problems. So my recommendation is coming from a 100%, usage with non-breakage. There's been no issue at all with any light. And that's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. Thank you very much for listening. I know it was a long torch video, but I just wanted I want to know where the torch comes in your EDC and why EDC, torch EDC videos or torch videos at all get very few ratings. I mean, when I was looking to buy torches, I always watched videos. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe everybody's got them. All right, take care. I'm away, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.